What happens when you are sedentary? Physical inactivity may contribute to anxiety and depression. Physical inactivity has been shown to be a risk factor for certain cardiovascular diseases. People who engage in more physical activity are less likely to develop coronary heart disease. People who are more active are less likely to be overweight or obese. What are the risks of a sedentary lifestyle? Number 1. Obesity. Number 2. Heart diseases including coronary artery disease and heart attack. Number 3. High blood pressure. Number 4. High cholesterol. Number 5. Stroke. Number 6. Metabolic syndrome. Number 7. Type 2 diabetes. Number 8. Certain cancers including colon, breast, and uterine cancers. What does a sedentary lifestyle cause? Physical inactivity, a leading cause of disease and disability. Sedentary lifestyle increase all causes of mortality, double the risk of cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and obesity, and increase the risk of colon cancer, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, lipid disorders, depression, and anxiety. Sedentary behavior is linked to disease. Researchers believe that being a sedentary may have a direct effect on insulin resistance. This effect can happen in as little as 1 day. Long-term sedentary behavior increases the risk of health conditions like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Can being sedentary cause pain? While there is the short-term relief, in the long run, a sedentary lifestyle may lead to obesity and increased pain in weight-bearing joints, such as the knees and hips. Many people who are not active are more likely to experience depression, which is often associated with increased pain. What does sedentary work mean? Sedentary work, also called light-duty work, is work that involves lifting no more than 10 pounds at once. It can occasionally involve carrying or lifting items such as ledger, small tools, and docket files. Is sleeping sedentary behavior? Sitting or lying down are what we call sedentary behaviors. You can be sedentary at work, at school, at home, when traveling, or during leisure time. For example, of a sedentary behavior include sitting or lying down while watching television or playing electronic games. What defines sedentary lifestyle? A sedentary lifestyle is a type of lifestyle involving little or no physical activity. A person living a sedentary lifestyle is often sitting or lying down while engaged in an activity like reading, socializing, watching television, playing video games, or using mobile phone for much of the day. What inactivity does to your body? Physical inactivity affects your entire body, both inside and out. Not getting your recommended 30 minutes of exercise a day can lead to many disorders, including muscle atrophy, osteoporosis, blood clots, type 2 diabetes, depression, a weakened immune system, and constipation. How do you overcome a sedentary lifestyle? And here are 13 ways to beat a sedentary lifestyle. Number 1. Move every 90 minutes. Number 2. Get an adjustable sit-stand desk. Number 3. Block time on your calendar to go out of the house. Number 4. Establish a morning exercise routine. Number 5. Get a co-working space membership. Number 6. Take 5 minutes to go outside. Number 7. Intentionally and holistically connect with yourself and others. Number 8. Build movement into your work activities. What are the negative effects of not exercising? If you are not physically active, you increase your health risks in many ways: coronary heart disease, strokes, high blood pressure, breathlessness, flabby body, little energy, stiff joints, osteoporosis, poor posture, and overweight. What are the two major problems of inactivity? Not doing enough physical activity doubles the risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity, and increases the risk of breast and bowel cancer, depression, and anxiety. How bad is sitting at a desk all day? Sitting also raises a risk of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, which all play a role in the condition. Moving throughout the day can help even more than exercise to lower your risk of all these health problems. Why lying down is bad for you? Sitting or lying down for too long increases your risk of chronic health problems, such as heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. Too much sitting can also be bad for your mental health. Being active is not as hard as you think. There are lots of simple ways to include some physical activity in your day. How many hours a day should I sit? Sitting behind the desk all day is bad for your health, and experts have long been advising people to stand at their workstation for about 15 minutes an hour. But a University of Waterloo professor says his research shows that people should be standing for at least 30 minutes per hour to get health benefits. How much activity is sedentary? Sedentary means a lifestyle that includes light physical activity associated with typical activities of daily living. Moderately active consists of walking 1.5 to 3 miles daily at a pace of 3 to 4 miles per hour. Can inactivity cause nerve pain? Inactivity or holding still too long in one position can also cause neuropathy. Can knees hurt from lack of exercise? Though you might think exercise will aggravate your joint pain and stiffness, that's not the case. Lack of exercise actually can make your joints even more painful and stiff. Not exercising weakens those support muscles, creating more stress on your joints. What is a sedentary behavior? Sedentary behavior is any waking behavior characterized by an energy expenditure 1.5 metabolic equivalents while in a sitting, reclining, or lying posture. In general, this means that anytime a person is sitting or lying down, they are engaging in sedentary behavior. Sedentary work. Jobs are sedentary if walking and standing are required occasionally, and other sedentary criteria are met. Occasionally means occurring from very little up to 1/3 of the time, and would generally total no more than 2 hours of an 8-hour workday. What percentage of jobs are sedentary? Jobs requiring moderate physical activity, which accounted for 50% of the labor market in 1960, have plummeted to just 20%. The remaining 80% of jobs, the researchers report, are sedentary or require only light activity. What is the difference between inactivity and sedentary behavior? There is a difference between a person who is sedentary and a person who is physically inactive. Being physically inactive means not doing enough physical activity. In other words, not meeting the physical activity guidelines. However, being sedentary means sitting or lying down for long periods of time. What are the short-term effects of sedentary behavior? Sedentary behavior is associated with poorer health outcomes, including an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. You will benefit from minimizing time spent sitting each day and from breaking up periods of time spent being sedentary as often as possible. WHO recommended exercise. For most healthy adults, the Department of Health and Human Services recommends these exercise guidelines. Aerobic activity. Get at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity a week, or a combination of moderate and vigorous activity. What is considered sedentary versus light active? In order to calculate your baseline calorie requirements, you indicate your activity level: sedentary, lightly active, moderate active, or very active. Anything fewer than 1,000 steps a day is sedentary. 1,000 to 10,000 steps or 4 miles a day is lightly active. How do you use sedentary in a sentence? Examples of sedentary in a sentence. The work is very sedentary. Their health problems were caused by their sedentary lifestyles. He became sedentary later on in his life. Can inactivity cause weight loss? It turns out that cutting back on your exercise can take a toll on your muscle mass and increase your body fat in a short period of time. A study published in May 2017 found that healthy adults, average age 25, had adverse physical changes after just 2 weeks of inactivity. Is lack of exercise worse than smoking? Not exercising enough is worse for you than smoking and diabetes. Studies suggest it might pose a greater risk to your health than smoking, diabetes, or heart disease. A study suggests researchers at the Cleveland Clinic studied more than 122,000 patients who participated in treadmill testing between 1991 and 2014. Can inactivity cause heart problems? Inactivity, the biggest risk for developing heart disease. Many factors put you at risk for developing heart disease, such as being overweight, smoking, and having high blood pressure. But a recent study shows that starting at age 30, inactivity has the biggest impact on women's risk of heart disease. How bad is being sedentary? Physical inactivity has been shown to be a risk factor for certain cardiovascular diseases. People who engage in more physical activity are less likely to develop coronary heart disease. People who are more active are less likely to be overweight or obese. Sitting too much may cause a decrease in skeletal muscle mass. How much should I move in a day? Simple ways to move more every day. Focus on adding just 30 minutes of extra activity into your day. 3 days a week. You can break it down into smaller segments too, like 10 minutes in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Is sedentary lifestyle dangerous? A sedentary lifestyle can contribute to obesity, diabetes, and some types of cancer. Recent research is starting to confirm the health risks associated with a sedentary lifestyle. Studies have now consistently demonstrated that leading a sedentary lifestyle can contribute to obesity. What diseases are caused by lack of exercise? Unfortunately, physical inactivity, which has progressively increased over the past several decades, significantly increases the risk of numerous disorders, including several forms of cancer, diabetes, hypertension, coronary and cerebrovascular diseases, overweight, obesity, and all-cause mortality. What are 4 dangers of insufficient exercise? Number 1, coronary heart disease. Number 2, high blood pressure. Number 3, stroke. Number 4, metabolic syndrome, including obesity and abnormal blood cholesterol levels. How is too much exercise bad for you? Extreme endurance exercises like ultra marathons may also lead to heart damage, heart rhythm disorders, and enlarged arteries. In some people, experts believe extreme endurance puts extreme demands on the cardiovascular system, so excessive exercise doesn't provide more benefits than moderate exercise. Can you die from sitting too long? More evidence: too much sitting could be deadly. Days spent sitting for hours may increase your risk for an early death no matter how much you exercise. Researchers say in a new study, people who sat the most had twice the risk of dying over a 4-year period as people who sat the least. What sitting at a desk does to your body? Research has linked sitting for long periods of time with a number of health concerns. They include obesity and a cluster of conditions: increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels that make up metabolic syndrome. How should I sit at a desk all day? Number 1, your eyes should be level to the top of your computer monitor. Number 2, your shoulders should be relaxed and low, not high and not hunched up. Number 3, your lower arms should be parallel to the floor. Number 4, you shouldn't be reaching too far for your keyboard and mouse. Number 5, your feet should be flat on the floor. Which is healthier, sitting or lying down? The less sitting or lying down you do during the day, the better your chances for living a healthy life. If you stand or move around during the day, you have a lower risk of early death than if you sit at a desk. What happens if you lay in bed too long? Bed sores can be a dangerous side effect of a sustained pressure on skin tissue, and many bedridden people experience a loss of muscle mass, strength, and bone mass. Being confined to a bed can also lead to increased stress and anxiety. Is lying in bed bad for your back? A poor sleeping position may even be the underlying cause of lower back pain. This is because certain positions can place unnecessary pressure on the neck, hips, and back. It is important to maintain the natural curve of the spine when lying in bed. Is it bad to stand all day? Standing all day at work may take a toll on health. Desk jobs aren't good for your health, but working on your feet could spell trouble too. Researchers say standing 5 hours a day contributes to significant and prolonged lower limb muscle fatigue. Is standing better than sitting at work? Researchers say standing burns more calories than sitting, but the amount of benefits from working on your foot varies from study to study. Standing burns 0.15 calories more per minute compared to sitting. If a 143-pound person stood for 6 hours a day instead of sitting, they would burn an extra 54 calories a day. What are the side effects of sitting too long? Number 1. Low energy expenditure. Number 2. Slow metabolism. Number 3. Compromised posture. Number 4. Back and spine injuries. Number 5. Reduced social skills. Number 6. Loneliness or depression. Number 7. Metabolic syndrome. Number 8. Chronic pain. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. And subscribe to know more from us. Thank you for watching.